Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yesterday we talked about birds entering Earth through the portals. One example is of the ababil that came right before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born, and another example is of the birds that will come in the times to come at the time of Gog Magog, Yajuj Majuj, that will come and throw away their bodies into the sea. And those were the two examples we talked about birds. There have been some four-legged animals that have also come to the planet Earth through the portals. And one of the examples is of the sheep that came with Jibreel alayhi salam to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam when he was about to slaughter his son Ismail alayhi salam. So we notice that an animal appeared in Earth that was not from Earth with an angel, so must have come from outside of the Earth. Now, some people may argue that it may be from Jannah. Well, if it is from Jannah, nothing from Jannah can die. So it cannot be from Jannah, but it was certainly not from this world. Some people argue and say, well, you know what? You remember at the time of Habil and Qabil, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered them to sacrifice something. And back in those days, because they were both, there were not very many people on the earth. There wasn't anybody to give the charity to. So when you have to give something in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you would put it on top of the mountain, and a lightning would come and burn something up which is accepted, and would not burn something that would not accept it. So Habil, being a good person, brought a sheep, and the sheep was one of the best sheep that he had in his herd. And on the other hand, Qabil brought some old weird grains because he was a farmer, and then when the lightning came from the sky, it took away, or it burned the sheep that Habil put, but did not touch the grains of Qabil. That really made him really, really angry. So, but the thing is that when that lightning came and struck the sheep died. It was burned. The lightning didn't came and grab the sheep out of this earth, only to be sent back at the time of Ismail alayhi salam. So anyway, some people are of that opinion that that was the same sheep. So it was a sheep from earth that was lifted up in the heavens for thousands of years, only to come back. Anyway, so we see that a sheep came into the picture, brought by an angel, and Ibrahim alayhi salam slaughtered the sheep instead of, Ismail alayhi salam. And we don't have to go into the details of that story. Another thing happened, either before Ibrahim alayhi salam time frame. In fact, it was before Ibrahim alayhi salam time frame, and that was the Salih alayhi salam's time. When the people of the Salih alayhi salam, when they were not believing, and Salih alayhi salam told them continuously to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and worship Him alone, at one point in time they said, okay, we will believe in Allah if you show us a miracle. And the miracle is that right from this mountain, which is in front of us, we want it to break, and a she camel should walk out of it. And when the she camel walks out of it, and the she camel should be of so-and-so stature, should be pregnant, right after coming out of this, it should give birth to a baby camel, and these were some of the things that they asked for. And Salih alayhi salam told them flat out that if you do not believe even after that, then you will be destroyed. And they said, no, we'll believe. We want to see the miracle. We want to see if you're really the true prophet of God. So now look at the things that they're asking for. They're asking for a she camel to come out of a place, which is a mountain, and then it should be pregnant. Now, how did that pregnancy happen without any male intervention? Of course, it's a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But do camels really live inside the mountains? No, not really. So one of the explanations some ulama have given, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through that mountain opened a doorway, a gateway, a portal through which a camel entered into this planet Earth from wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has camels, because we already talked about life outside of the earth as explained in the Quran. And we also know that as there are 7 heavens, there are 7 earths. And there are several different narrations regarding that just like the Adam of you, there is an Adam of every being. And there has been 70,000 Adams, as being explained by Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that every being, who is the concept of Adam, is the beginning point of a creation. So there have been thousands of creations Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, and it happens to be so humans, for us, Adam alayhi salam is the name. Now, the Adam, the beginning point for the other creations may not be Adam, but it's a point of reference for us to understand that just like your beginning is from Adam, all of those creations have their own Adam. And then I don't want to go into the details of that particular narration that comes from Abdullah ibn Abbas. Maybe some other day, if you guys are interested, we can talk about that. So this camel coming out. Now, there's another point I want to talk about, or rather 2 points I want to talk about to show how this is happening. This is a camel from outside of the planet Earth. It is not a camel from here. So the she-camel comes out, gives birth. The she-camel is humongous. It's huge. According to the Qasasul Anbiya books, they have never seen a camel this big in size. And then what happened? The camel came out, gave birth, and then Salih alayhi salam said to the people, well, the water, the day of the water drinking is split between you and the camel. One day, camel will drink the water. You're not supposed to touch the water. And the next day, camel will take a break from the water, and you will be given the water to drink. And then the day the camel drinks the water, you will drink camel's milk. Now, think about it. How many people can one camel feed from its milk? If it's from this world, it cannot feed the whole city. It cannot fulfill the need of the whole city, the whole people, the qawm of Salih alayhi salam. We don't know how many thousands of people were there. One camel cannot suffice the need of so many people if it is from here. It has to be from out of this world for it to be producing so much milk to feed an entire qawm from one camel. And then comes the question, okay, it probably may be from Jannah. Now, if it was from Jannah, nothing from the Jannah dies, as I told you. What happened, the people of the Salih alayhi salam, 9 of them, they made a plan to attack and kill the camel. And as soon as the camel died, what happened? The camel died. The she-camel died. If it was from Jannah, nothing from Jannah dies. So as soon as it died, the baby camel started running towards the same mountain that it came from. And if you start looking into the details in Qasasul Anbiya, you will see that the she-camel's baby camel, it ran into the mountains and disappeared. And the only explanation we understand is that same portal opened from where the mom came, and the kid entered into that portal and disappeared and reached the point where it came from. Allah knows best where this came from, but certainly from the description, it seems to be not from this world. So again, these are 2 other beings that came from outside of planet Earth into the planet Earth for a particular reason, cause, and we know the details of the story, so I'm not going to go into the details of the story. If you do not know the details of the story, then on the channel Islam for Kids, we covered the whole series of the Prophet's Qasasul Anbiya, and we are covering the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life, and we have covered it in 50 plus episodes. It's still an ongoing one, so that's another great resource for you guys if you want to learn about the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So visit Islam for Kids. And anyway, so that's basically the detail. There is one more animal that will come, and we'll talk about it next time.